If you are here to find out the 12 items I think you should pick up during the Sephora Spring 2020 sale, just keep on watching. Welcome back if you are a returning subscriber. Hello. If you are new to this channel, I hope you stick around to stay and hit the subscribe button. Okay, so for product number 1, we have the Super Goop Unseen Sunscreen. This is SPF 40. I have the jumbo size. This is a 2.5 ounce size. This is more of a gel formula. One thing I would say is if you have this or are interested in it, always get a small size if you just want to test it out first. But I would say after you've done your skincare and you want to go in with an SPF, maybe for this one, wait a few minutes. Make sure you don't put too much on here. But this is completely clear, no extra scent. I believe it is good for all skin types, and I know it's a very popular sunscreen. So this will be my first recommendation. And to product number 2, we have the Sol de Janeiro Balm Dia Bright Cream. I like the original scent, but this one is... If you're looking for a summer cream, this is it for you. It has the same Sol de Janeiro texture to it, and I know they have a new scent. Not my personal preference, but I would highly recommend this one. Obviously purchase a mini, which is this size, but I do have a full size. So what I do is I just get the full size, refill the small size, so I can travel with it. Scents tend to last a little longer on your skin, I've noticed. So depending on if you want a perfume or not, it might clash, but I tend to just wear this if I'm not planning on wearing perfume, if I plan on being in a swimsuit at the beach and such. But I highly recommend this. In terms of the skincare benefits, I can't tell you if it's like made a drastic difference on my skin, but I just know I love the smell, I love the texture, packaging's great. For me, that fulfills parts of my body care routine that I enjoy, and that is why I will continue to purchase this once I'm out. What else is makeup related? I just had to insert these 2 products to show you that I highly recommend them. They will always be a staple in my collection. This is item number 3. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter Primer / Glowy Luminizer. I tend to use this under my foundation after I've set primer down on the high points of my cheeks. I don't prefer to mix it with my foundation personally, but I've enjoyed this so much. I have the shade 4 Medium. This is a good color for me more in the wintertime when I get a little more tan. I do prefer 4.5, but I do have this in a full size. When I run out, get the other shade in 4.5. I actually already have the 4.5 and a mini, so this gives you a comparison to the shade. They're just slightly different. So this is a comparison. So if you want a mini, if you are trying to try out new brands, it's on a sale time, so might as well. And most of these items are brands that don't tend to go on sale pretty often. That's another reason I have chosen them specifically. Try out the mini. You won't, it might not be as good of a value, but if you decide that you like the product enough, you can always upgrade to a full size. On to another brand that doesn't have sales pretty often. So we have Charlotte Tilbury. Dior makes some of my favorite products, honestly. And the Dior Backstage Face and Body Foundation. This isn't a new product, but this has to be one of my favorite foundations. Not only is it in a bottle that's travel friendly, I plan on finishing this up. I have shade 3.5 N, so N is for neutral. This is supposed to be a medium shade. I do like the color of it. It's pretty neutral, which I appreciate. And let's go ahead and just show you what it looks like. I actually have it on today. So this is what it looks like. It's not a super watery consistency, not super thick. It is a very natural finish. So if you like a natural finish, see, that is all blended in. You kind of can't tell where it is now. But anyways, I do personally really like this. This is one of my top foundations. To say that this is a close second, I tend to mix these, and I'll probably take both on vacation with me. But this is great. I believe it is waterproof as well. So that's something else to keep in mind, but it is a natural finish. But do keep in mind, Dior, unfortunately, their products are fragranced. So if you know your skin reacts to fragranced products, might not be the one for you, but I will look into non-fragranced foundations if I can think of any in a future video. But once again, here we go. I have normal skin, so telling you if it works well with dry or combo skin isn't really going to be in my forte, but I have heard a lot of people like it. I know Samantha March raves about this as well, so we'll be twins on that. But yes, shade 3.5N is the shade I have, and I adore it. On to another Dior product. This is a Dior Forever Skin Correct. This is what this is the concealer. Sorry. So this is actually also in shade 3.5N, but it doesn't match exactly the foundation. But here is a swatch of it. And once again, I do appreciate that it is a neutral tone. I would say it's a little pinky, so just keep that in mind. In my eyes, it's just not yellow, like it's not too warm for me, so it works out really well. It has, oh, I should have told you, it has this kind of wand, so it's a little bigger. But another concealer that I do envision I'm going to be using up all the way. It's one of my favorites, one of my go-tos. You'll see I have made some progress. Can't really tell, but I would say it's about halfway done. But like I said, Dior Skin Correct. Dior does not go on sale that often, so if you can grab it on a sale, pick it up. Okay, we're going to switch to a classic, but with a shade that came out within the past, I think 2020 or 2021. This is the Laura Mercier Loose Setting Powder in Translucent Honey. So this is great for, like, if you're a warm tone, medium tone. It's kind of like the banana shade. Okay, that's better. To their line. I have this in a full size and a mini. This is great for under the eyes. I will show you one that I set my face with more often, but I personally really like this. I use puff to apply it underneath. Works out great. If I notice that sometimes my concealer is too neutral, I'll add this to add a little bit of warmth, and vice versa. But highly recommend this Laura Mercier Loose Setting Powder in shade Translucent Honey. This is my last Dior product, I promise. It's also it's not a 2021. I believe this is a 2020, or it's not a 2022 release, but I believe it's 2020 or 2021. This is the Dior Forever Natural Bronzer. I, for one, love the packaging. It's compact, actually. If you haven't seen it already, it's kind of like a cushion. But what I really like about this one is I have a neutral undertone. I think this is a great option if you want a neutral bronze. So this is what it looks like. You can see I've used it to where the Dior imprint's almost gone. Keep in mind this is a softer powder, so just be delicate. Don't just jam your brush in it. But I have the shade 06 Amber Bronze. I believe this is for medium to tan skin tones. I really like how it looks on my skin. I have it on today actually. So I have the foundation, powder, everything I've tried so far, or I've shown you so far, is on my face today. But yes, another love. I don't think you can go wrong if you want a neutral bronze color. Not too warm, not orange, not red tone. I think it's just perfect neutral. Okay, last base products before we get to the eyes. I think this is a lot of people's favorites. I am about to finish it and I'm going to be picking up a new one during the sale. But we have another Charlotte Tilbury product. You'll notice I have just the same brands, but once again, these brands don't go on sale very often. Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Micro Skin Perfecting Micro Powder in 2 medium. Keep in mind, she's about to be done. I use this powder not specifically underneath the eyes. I would prefer the Laura Mercier translucent powder, or I prefer my Pat McGrath, but Pat McGrath isn't on this list because they tend to have sales that are better than the 20% max you would get at the Sephora sale, so just keep that in mind. I would definitely recommend Pat McGrath, but if you are looking for a setting powder for your face, this is just stunning. I use it on my T-zone, I put it on the sides of my face, just not underneath my eye. It just doesn't mash well like other powders do. But I will be picking up this. It is also in a mini size, but You will notice if you pick this up, the powder does get used up pretty quickly if you're using it consistently, but I think this is great. It is a pricier powder. Moving on, I have the Natasha Denona Glam Face Palette. This was released back in December 2021, so it is a newer product within the past 6 months. This is a face and eye palette. I have the shade for the dark version of it. There's a lighter version, but there is a difference in colors. This has 5 eyeshadows below, a cream blush, and a powder highlighter. If you need a palette that's an easy, quick travel go-to, this is a palette for you. I actually used it for my eye look, so here it is a little more close. I used the highlighter and I used the blush. All products perform well. Obviously the blush is going to dry out faster because it is a cream product, but that's why there is this lever on top to help keep the shelf life go longer. But honestly, stunning palette. I don't mind having all these products in one. I think that's great for travel. This palette's very dependable. You can create a stunning look with it, and you have the highlighter and the blush. So yes, this is the Natasha Denona Glam Face Palette in the dark version. I've heard other people like the other version, but I personally gravitated more towards this palette. Eyeliner. It's never been my deal when it comes to makeup. This is the Huda Beauty Life Liner Quick and Easy Liquid Liner. This has changed my eyeliner game. This is a very, very small tip. Let me go ahead and show you a swatch of it. But this, well, that was a very bad swatch. Yeah, I think that was better. Eyeliner, I find it very easy to work with. It performs very well. If I'm doing my eyes first, I usually like to do tape to help it, but it's personally changed my eyeliner game so far. Yes, I haven't used another liquid liner since I've owned this because this just works so well and I feel like it's good and it's user-friendly. Charlotte Tilbury. This is one of my more recent pickups. I believe I picked this up back in December of 2021. I have the shade Super Fabulous. This is her Matte Revolution formula, so it is a matte lipstick. I actually have that on my lips right now. So it's described as a nude rosewood. Go ahead and just give it a swatch for you. So I think this will just look stunning as a nude, or just like, it's kind of giving me, well, it's a nude rosewood color. So personally, I actually recommend any Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks. This is one shade that I really love. The other shade I really adore, and it's great for summer, and it's a peachy nude, and I cannot find it right now, is Nude Romance. One of my favorites. It has this kind of packaging, so stunning packaging. You're going to pay an extra couple of dollars for that, but I think if you want to invest in a Charlotte Tilbury lipstick, you have package delivery, you have a great formula, you have great colors. She does some good nudes and pinky tones. This is part of the Super Nudes collection that she has out as a collection right now. I think it's limited edition, but this is a permanent shade. So yes, recommend any Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks. They are pricier, but if you are trying to dip your toes into more of a mid-range luxury brand, I really do adore these lipsticks. Let me know in the comments below. I have quite a bit. I have about 10 or 12 lipsticks. If you want to see a lip swatch video here on YouTube, just let me know, and I would love to do that for you guys. Last product, we're gonna go back with Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. I have a full size. I just prefer to keep the mini on my desk, and I just refill it. Comparable, I believe, to the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, but the difference is this does not have alcohol. I really like the mister on this one. Let's see if I can demonstrate it. Yes, so it's a very fine mist. It has slight fragrance, so as long as you don't mind, it doesn't stay on the skin, so keep that in mind. But I personally like it. Some people say that it's as strong as like hairspray. I don't feel like it, but don't get it in your hair either because it will feel a little hard but it should feel fine on your face. I personally really like this. I think it has great staying power for your makeup. And like I said, this is the mini size. I just decided to grab the large size. This is the mini. This is the full size. If you want to get the mini, try it out, you really like it, keep the packaging, invest in the bigger one because it is technically a better value. It is, mathematically speaking. So there you have it, my 12 recommendations for the Sephora Spring 2022 VIB sale. Again, these are brands that don't go on sale often, so that's why I particularly chose Charlotte Tilbury, Dior, Natasha Denona. Huda has a sale happening, and I believe Supergoop does sometimes, but specifically, these are all products I would recommend to anybody every day. I can create a full face with all the products used and I would be happy. I would smell good. My face will be protected from the sun, and this is how my face turned out from applying these products. I hope you guys enjoyed this video recommendations. Feel free to leave a comment below. What are you picking up during the sale? I might be able to give my opinion. If you're considering a product, I'll let you know if I've picked it up or not. But I'll be sharing a little more of my wish list on my Instagram, which is Just Beauty with Laura. I like to interact there on stories as well. So if you want to give that a follow, I'll just link my Instagram below. Have you tried any of these products that I shared? What are your thoughts? Do they mesh well with your skin type? I can definitely build off of these recommendations, but I figured a top 12 would be a good start, and I'll just build off of the recommendations as each sale comes along. That way you're not overwhelmed with so many choices that make it a little tiring to watch sometimes.